Hello. Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to our class. Now, thank you very much for being here. And thank you very much for being here in Module 7. Now, we are going to start with Module 7. I want to start the Module 7 just by explaining and just to retake just a little bit of what we are going to be working with during this module. Let me remind you right now, my name is Rafael Trujillo, and I am your Asesor virtual. So basically, what my job is to make sure and to help you with all of the works that you do during this period. In this case, during the recuperation period. For this period, you are supposed to do 2 different weeks of work. The first week will be this one that you have already been dealing with. The first part, as you know, is the work that you do over some activities. These activities, you can see them when you go online into the module. When you go online into this module, let me show it in the screen. Voy a mostrárselos en la pantalla. I am going to show it in the screen. So, over the screen, you should be able to see let me show it. Okay, so it is this one, es esta. As you know, we have it over here. This is our module screen. You know, I see it pretty much like you see it. Yo la veo muy parecido a lo que ustedes ven. Entonces, como saben, aquí vienen todo lo que vamos a hacer durante las siguientes semanas. During the first week, if you scroll down, quiero ir un poco hacia lo técnico, ya que tuve algunas personas que me estuvieron preguntando un poco sobre aspectos técnicos. Entonces, esto lo voy a decir un poco en español para que se entienda y se comprenda, ya que la parte técnica es muy importante. En esta parte de la pantalla lo que podemos ver son muchos ejercicios PDFs, cosas que la misma plataforma, la misma prepa en línea, al igual que muchos de los asesores virtuales y algunos de los profesores del sistema en sí considera que son cosas que les ayudan a ustedes a producir, a estudiar y a comprender el idioma. Todo esto son ese tipo de ejercicios, presentaciones a los que ustedes pueden acceder como guía. Abajo tenemos, como ya lo habíamos visto, las semanas del 1 a la semana 1 del 18 al 24 de abril. Tenemos las actividades, al igual que el foro de integración. Son las dos actividades o las dos cosas que tenemos que hacer durante esta primera semana. Simplemente dándole clic a cada una de las actividades, podemos iniciarlas y tenemos 3 intentos para realizar cada una de las actividades. Al final de la lección iré a través de cada una de ellas rápidamente. Entré a través de una de ellas para ver de qué se trata. Aquí tenemos el foro de integración, que es la siguiente actividad que también tenemos que hacer. Durante esta actividad, como pueden ver, tenemos que hacer algunos ejemplos, pero básicamente lo que tenemos que hacer es escribir. ¿Qué tenemos que escribir? Aportaciones. Tenemos que hacer la primera aportación, como podemos ver, es cómo vivía una situación donde tuve dificultades, cómo la vivo ahora que la he superado y algún propósito hacia el futuro respecto a ella. Entonces, como pueden ver, es un ejercicio que ya hemos estado realizando y algunos de ustedes ya lo han hecho, lo cual me da mucho gusto. Me he estado intentando poner en contacto con ustedes, espero lo hayan visto. Hay quienes ya me han respondido, también me da mucho gusto. Y pueden ver que algunos de sus compañeros ya han iniciado. Now, let's start a little bit of what I think I have seen is part of what we need to talk about just to help you with this forum, with this integration forum. As you know, and during the integration forum, we basically need to show something that happened in the past, how I live it in the present, and something that could go in the future. So we have three tenses. And I can see that you have been struggling a little bit with some parts, very few parts. Now, one of the first parts that I can see you have been struggling with is, let me put it through. Mhm, mhm. One of the first things that I can see you have been struggling with is sentence structure. Now, sentence structure. Why? ¿Por qué? We have four different types of structures. Four types of structures. But beyond that, beyond the four different structures that, well, grammatically I will explain to you, I have seen that there are some things that you're still missing and that might be very basic, but probably you have never reviewed them. Tal vez nunca las vi, tal vez hacen cosas que tal vez nunca las repasaron o tal vez nunca le pusieron atención. So, what could that be? First of all, lo primero. So, what is it? The first thing is remember to always use a subject. Remember to always use a subject. This is something very, very important. You can never forget about it. Some of you have actually been forgetting that English requires a subject. Hmm? English always requires a subject. Hmm? That is something we must always remember. English always requires a subject. Es algo que algunos de nosotros aún no comprendemos o que tal vez nos cuesta trabajo identificar, ya que como trabajamos, pensamos y vivimos en español no siempre requerimos un sujeto. El sujeto, nosotros en español, como ya lo seguramente lo vieron, en alguno de sus otros módulos, puede ser implícito, tácito, tácito en algunos momentos se llaman. Estos, estos sujetos no existen en inglés. English always requires a subject. The subject can have can have different different views. El, el sujeto puede tener diferentes vistas. pero al final siempre requerimos un sujeto. There is only one time and only one time when English does not require a subject. Well, to be honest, it's two times. But let's go through the exceptions later. First things first. So, for the subject, the structure, as you know, the structures will always have a subject and a verb. Sorry for that. Subject and verb. Always a subject and a verb. Always a subject and a verb. And that is important to know. That is important to understand. Why? Porque es la estructura básica. Algunas veces lo olvidamos, algunas veces no. He notado que algunos de ustedes, al momento de hacer sus aportaciones, terminaron olvidando o modificando esta estructura. Así que lo primero que tenemos que hacer, lo primero que tenemos que hacer es identificar esta estructura y traducirla a párrafos. Recordemos, vamos a ver esto. Me gustaría que esta estructura la aplicáramos no solamente, no únicamente a las oraciones. ¿Por qué? La oración and the language itself, it is something that grows. I like to call it something that grows. What do I mean? Probably when I talk to you about subject plus verb, subject plus something else, hmm, this might seem like something not related, unrelated to what you're doing, but it is. It is related. How? Let me show you. To do a paragraph, what is a paragraph? What is a paragraph? And I want you to think about it. What is a paragraph? Mhm. What is a paragraph or a text? What is it? What do you think it might be? ¿Qué creen que pueda ser? What is a paragraph on a text? Grammarly speaking. Grammarly speaking, what do you think it might be? Well, it is pretty easy, obviously, because we can basically define a paragraph or a text by saying that a paragraph is a series of sentences related by conjunctions or instead of conjunctions by relation words. Relation words. Why would I like to say this? Because in this forum, for a forum, what you need to do is basically create a text or a paragraph by uniting most basic sentences, three different sentences with union words, with relation words. How? ¿Cómo? That is the thing that sometimes you might be forgetting. For example, I have to tell you the story of when I had some difficulties. How can that be? What can that be? Example, as I told you, I was afraid of heights. I was afraid of spiders. See? I was afraid of spiders. It is a very simple sentence. It has it has a subject, it has a verb, and it has the complement. It has a verb, a subject, a verb, and a complement. That's it. Now, what can we do? Okay, so what do I want to say later? Okay, I was afraid of spiders. Why? For example, let's say why? Hmm, because I have, because I, because my brother has always had spiders. Because my brother has always had spiders. What might that be? What could that be? Again, a sentence. This is also a sentence. Let's see. My brother, the subject, has always had verb and the complement. See, but we have also a connector, a relation word, because what is this doing? Connecting this sentence with this sentence. Now I have two sentences. Then let's go for the first one. Let's go for the third sentence. So, I was afraid of spiders because my brother has always had spiders. See, I don't have to give any other information. That is enough information. I can give more information, but let's go for the next part. It is telling us how do I cope with it in the present. For example, I now always, I now always keep away of my brother's bedroom. See? I now always, or if you don't want to make it so high, so illustrative, I now keep away of my brother's bedroom. I have another sentence. See, first I have my subject, my verb, and my complement. What do I need to do? Unite all the sentences. How? I have my connector. It might not seem like a connector, but it gives me a relationship between the past and the present. And then I have the last sentence. What can my last sentence be? For example, I am planning to move out of my parents' home to avoid my brother completely. And that is a very big sentence. And it is made into two sentences. Probably, let's find out. I am planning to move out of my parents' home to avoid my brother completely. It's only one sentence. I am planning, that is present continuous, but it works as future. I am currently doing it to move out. So, in this case, now we have the full form completely made. So, let's find out how can it be if we put it all together. So, I was afraid of spiders, because my brother always had, because my brother has always had spiders. And I now keep away of keep away. Oh, sorry. I wouldn't use keep. I would use stay. I now stay away of my brother's bedroom, of my brother's bedroom, but I am really planning to move out of my parents' house to avoid my brother completely. See? And now I have the whole form answered. I have the full answer of the form, the full answer. There is nothing more to say for this form. I was afraid of spiders because my brother has always had spiders, and I now stay away from my brother's bedroom, but I am really planning to move out of my parents' house to avoid my brother completely. Y eso es todo el foro. Por eso quería enseñar y recordar, remembrar la estructura de las oraciones, porque al final es una simple y llana unión de oraciones para responder el foro. No es más allá. El siguiente tema que me gustaría tratar con ustedes el día de hoy es el present simple versus present perfect. What does that mean? Present perfect versus past simple. Why? Why do I want to talk about this? Well, pretty easy actually. I want to talk about this because even though it is not the full part of the forum, porque aun cuando no es el único tema del foro, ya sabemos que tenemos pasado, presente y futuro, sí es uno de los que más se nos complican. Present perfect versus past simple. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros estamos hablando de algo que sucedió en el pasado, pero que también le tenemos que poner una relación al presente. Aquí es donde tenemos este choque de estructuras. If you remember the past simple, as its name said, it is a very simple text. It simply has a subject, us, the verb. In past, Of course, for the affirmative, para la parte afirmativa, subject plus verb in past. Of course, we can always add a complement. Siempre podemos agregar un complemento. And this is for affirmative. Then we have the negative. Subject plus did not plus verb. And that's it. Then we also have subject plus, did plus subject plus verb plus question mark for the question, for the simple question. Then we can add WH word plus did plus subject plus verb plus question mark for the WH question, which of course is in general because we have other structures, but we can see them as it appears. Now, this is the past simple. And what does the past simple represent? ¿Qué representa el pasado simple? Can you remember? Think about it. Past simple. Very easy. It is a very, very easy thing to find out. Past simple is basically, what do you think? It is simply an action or event that occurred in the past and ended in the past. And that's it. Past simple is an action or event that occurred in the past and ended in the past. For example, I studied elementary school. Elementary school. Of course, on elementary school, primaria, primaria, elementary school, it is in the past. I studied it in the past, I ended it in the past, and that's it. It stayed behind me. We have this other structure to link things to the present. And that is the most important part for this forum because we wanted to link these events to the present. We didn't want them to stay in the past. We were thinking about an action that occurred in the past, but it still has relevance in the present. How can that be? And the structure is the present perfect. Right? Perfect. Exactly. Present perfect. And what it is an action or event that occurred in the past but still has relevance in the present or continues in the present. And that's it. That is what we wanted. Es algo que inició en el pasado, pero o continúa en el presente o tiene relevancia en el presente. And that is the issue for us. This is our, this is the most important part. Present perfect, an action or event that occurred in the past but still has relevance in the present or continues in the present. So let's see. Now, what is the structure? Pretty easy. We'll keep it simple, just like the other one. Subject plus has or have, well, has, have plus verb in past participle. Participle. Of course, for the affirmative, then we have subject plus has, have, not plus verb in past participle. And of course, this is the negative. Then we have the simple question, has slash have plus subject plus verb in past participle plus question mark for the simple question. And finally, we have WH word plus have, has, have plus subject plus verb in past participle. Of course, plus question mark, and that would be the WH question. Of course, they are not only called like that, but I like to call them that just to not miss the point. WH question. And that is the structure for the present perfect. And now let's turn it into sentences. So let's start with I subject plus has plus have plus a verb plus I have played. I have played football since I was little. See, we have something else. Ven, tenemos algo. ¿Qué es eso? Una segunda oración. Normalmente va acompañada de un pasado. Algo que pasó en el pasado continúa. Podemos hacerlo así, podemos dejarlo. I have played football since I was 9 years old. And that would also be a good sentence. I have not played football since I was little. ¿Sí? Ahora es negativo. Nunca, yo no he jugado fútbol desde que era pequeño. And that is another sentence. So we can see how can we use these sentences. And now let me review. Let me remind you one of the sentences I used before that is present perfect. My brother has always had spiders. Mi hermano siempre ha tenido arañas. What does that mean? That he has kept the spiders up to today. Today, he also has spiders. So it is something that has started in the past and continues into the present or has relevance today. See? That is the biggest issue for us. Okay? And that is what we need to look for when we are doing this forum. Now, let's go over. Now, let's continue with a little exercise. I understand, well, you haven't actually, you're not here, of course, but I would like you to help me in some examples over a little game that I always like. Okay, so let me put it through. I am gonna put this little exercise and we are going to continue with it. Mhm. So let me put it over here. So don't worry, give me a moment and let me put it through. See? Okay, great. So okay. So we are going to do this exercise. Of course, I am gonna stay here and I will help you do it, of course. Mhm. And I will explain it through the part. Okay, I'll explain it to you as we do it. I beat to USA a year ago. I beat to USA a year ago. I was, I have been, I were, or I have been. I have been. Z? No, it was. I was to the USA. Let's check it. Let's continue. You to the cinema recently. Recently is the main idea. Recently is the main idea. So, have you been to the cinema recently? Have you been to the cinema recently? So, let's continue. Mhm. My hamster died 1 month ago. Has he been dying? ¿Ha estado muriendo? Pues no, ¿verdad? No, it only happened once. It is a one-time event. So, died. Let's go for the next one. You ever need for speed? So, have you ever? Ever is a keyword. Have you ever played Need for Speed? Let's see. What is the next one? Someone take my bag. It is a one-time event, so took in past simple. Is it a one-time event, or does it happen, or does it has a or does it has a relevance in the present? I live in in USA since 1987, so it still happens today. I have lived in USA since 1987. Let's go for the next one. She broke her leg a month ago, last month, so it only happened once. She broke. Oh, she has broken. Sorry. It might be has broken, of course. I haven't eaten Asian food before because up to date, it is recent. So I haven't eaten. Let's go for the next one. I not watch a film yesterday. I did not watch, didn't watch, not watched. I didn't watch a film yesterday. It was a one-time event. Yesterday, I didn't see it. That's it. It's not like it's gonna happen again. We had a bad storm yesterday. We have had a bad storm yesterday, but it happened yesterday. We had a bad storm yesterday. It was only once. Let's go for the next one. They not play the guitar 2 months. 2 months. They have played it? Well, no, of course not, because it is in past. It has a negative. They haven't played the guitar since 2 months. They haven't played the guitar for 2 months. Depending, if we have since, we will have ago. So, Maja have a doll when she was young. Maja has had a doll when she was young. When she was young, it is in the past. Maja had a doll when she was young, a one-time event. It simply happened. When buy a car, when did you when did you buy a car? When did you bought a car? When have you bought a car? When didn't you buy a car? No. When did you buy a car? It is a one-time event. I saved 500 so far. I have saved, sorry, it was rewind. I have saved, and I said it, sorry. I have saved $500 so far. Why? Because it is up to date, porque es hasta el momento. Voy a ahorrar más. They lived here from 1994 to 2002. One-time event, period, past. 16. We meet Carol last summer. We met. Past. La conocimos. Se conoce una sola vez. No se lleva conociendo. Marcel read a book today. Marcel read a book today. Has read read, has read, have read, has read. Why? Because it is up to date. He could still have another book to read. I not see Olivia today. I haven't seen Olivia today. Sorry, that was wrong. The answer is the green one, haven't seen. Why? Because it is I. Of course, it goes with have. This one was my bad. I am sorry. Olivia and I go to the cinema last week. Went in past. It was only one time event. Only a one time event. Now we have my grandparents not like my hobby, but they like it now. It has a relation to the present, so we need the present perfect. My grandparents haven't liked my hobby, but they liked it. They like it now. Let's see if it works. No, why not? Why not? It might seem it might seem like an event related. It might seem like it was related to the present, but they were two different sentences. My grandparents didn't like my hobby in the past. That's it. That happened in the past. It has nothing to do with the present, but they like it now. A different sentence. See, if this sentence they like it now was embedded, was inside the first sentence, then it could have been. Hmm? Then let's go for the 21st. My dad hasn't learned. Why? Negative, learn, connected to the present. Yet. Yet means not, still not. Aún no. Let's see. Marlena be at the seaside last summer. Marlena was at the seaside last summer. Punto. Pasó el verano pasado. Then we have 23rd. Where is Eric? He has been to the butcher's. He went to the butcher's. He has gone. He were. He went or he has gone. He has gone because it is in the present. It has relevance in the present. Remember, not only that it continues, but it has relevance. Carol ate pizza last week. Carol ate pizza last week. Last week, it happened once. And let's go for the last one. I not see Kinga this week. I haven't seen Kinga this week. Why? Very easy. It is in the past, but it has a relationship to the present because the week has not finished. Okay, excellent. Now, as you can see, these are the things that we wanted to check during this session. Now, I wanted to review just how to look at the activities. We have already seen the farm, but let's go for the activities, okay? So let's go for it. Let's go for it. Now, so we are in the module. We go down, vamos hacia abajo y vemos la actividad. Desde la actividad vamos a ver otra porque esta ya la comencé a revisar. let's go for the activity 2, actividad formativa 2. We have all of this and we can start the activity. For you, it would say start now, and you can always see how to do it, instructions and you can answer it and continue with it. So that was it. That was all that we needed to see during this session. Remember, my name is Rafael, and in 2 more hours, you should be able to see this presentation in YouTube, and I will send it via email to your email addresses. I will also send a message to you through the platform, through Prepelímenes app, for you to have the link for this session. Have a good day. Have a good night.